It's time for the Comics News Wire, and we're going to get right into it. This is week 27. We're on the bottom half. Well, yeah, bottom half of the year now. This is it. Here we go. Starting off with Expanse, A Hero for the Hood, is this week's crowdfunder over on our Comic-Con forecast, and I'm pretty proud about that. What happens when neglected neighborhoods finally get the superhero they need? How will he be received? The Expanse has the initial story for the influencer, and you'll be able to find out more about that character and how he's being received within. So check out COMiX, creator-owned comics. That's COMiX for more details. And we're going to have the forecast on in just a bit. We're going to do BACKERPAUSE right now. So we're going to jump over to our BACKERPAUSE, and it's the influence of backers on BACKERPAUSE, and that's the actual character, the influencer, right there in the corner. So this week we're doing themes. And yes, I know some of you have been interested in how to get your character on. We'll talk about that in the future. Here we go. There's still a supply chain distribution issue affecting beyond Kickstarter projects, even elections. So paper is scarce. Be patient with everyone. All right, so here we go. Let's check out this Kickstarter, which ended, but we want to officially congratulate him. An amazing project, amazing guest on my show. Can't wait to have back DJ. Congratulations on all the hard work. This Icarian Tales is still live. You can get your copy. It is about a young woman's journey to get the skills she wants, and through her journeys discovers that not everyone can be trusted. This Icarian Tales by the great Wendy Gale. And I say she's great because she is. This was exciting. Terry Funk, the hardcore wrestler, gets a biography thanks to John Crawford and his company, which I can't think of their name right now. I want to say Full Circle Comics. Sorry if that's wrong. But they do an amazing job with the biographies. If you're a Terry Funk fan, this is the Kickstarter for you this year. Topper Helms tells us about the Cloud Raiders, which I just found out successfully funded. Congratulations to him. It's a 65-page action-packed adventure in full color. Here's the Expanse, and oh my goodness, the Expanse is one of my favorite things. Here's the pitch line. A wrestler's journey of heroics continues while another hero protects the hood as others seek redemption and tear into each other. The Expanse literally expands on the idea of the continuum, doubling down on some of the stories that was most popular last year, giving you a second part, making the first 3 issues now interconnected. It's probably the only time we're going to be able to do it. Plus, we have this thing where we're asking you, which is the better video, or what's the better sound for the video in the Expanse, plus the new video that you'll see coming in the Comics Newswire. All right, shifting gears, we're going to talk about Spectrus and Sabion, a mystery, suspense, and horror. Freak Meter is now getting collected on Kickstarter. And coming soon, we have Miss Vengeance, The Broken Pavement. We have Epicenter issue 1. And I believe the Scarlet Huntress is launching today or has already launched. I didn't get to check yet. This can all be found at BACKERPAUSE.com. So we're going to switch gears and get back into the Comics Newswire. So here we go. And there was the comic book image I have for you guys to see, the New York Reporter. That's actually from a comic book of my own from back in the day. Talk about crossovers here. And I used it just to promote it, but who knows? Maybe there'll be something more to come from that. Congratulations to the premier publisher of wordless gay character-based sex-positive graphic novels. They successfully funded on Kickstarter. Way to go, Dale. Ninja Cardaean. We were passed this by Black Box Comics. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong probably, but that looks amazing. So check it out over at blackboxcomics.com. And then now you can get the professional book by Gamal Hennessy. I actually own this book. No kidding. I could get up and put it right in front of your face. But it's better if you get your own copy so you can read it. So check out that link from the Comics Headlines Twitter account. Scout Comics has some new releases this week, and Scout is making moves as we see that they have new hires and promotions this week. Check out the article to see who got promoted and who's new with Scout. Drew Ford tells us about the NAS, which is finally collected after 32 years. What is the NAS? Go to go to COMiXnewsWire.com, week 27, and you'll find more about this collected creation. And this is something cool. Victor Dandridge is talking about his upcoming Kickstarter and showing the importance of creating comics and getting a younger audience to be involved in it. Nothing but love for that. Appreciate that he's doing that. See Super Pets in theaters. I know I'm going to. I was on a show. That's right. Conversations in Pop Culture had me, Mr. AnderSiN, as a guest. Me and Andrew tore it up, had fun. I think I might talk too much because I think we went over the allotted time, but I had a great time. I appreciate Andrew having me on. First look at Dudley Dotson, the one of the Killer Wave 2 books from Best Jacket and Comixology. So proud of the work. This is with Scott Snyder giving us a look at the debut. So check that out over at IGN. Gamal Hennessy's telling us about the report that comics and graphic novels sales grew in 2021. They keep saying comics is going to die, but comics just won't die. Comixology co-founder and recent CEO David Sternenberg stepped down, coming to us from the business of comic book publishing. Gamal Hennessy, go follow that man and be part of the business of comic book publishing today. And that's interesting news. There's a lot of changes in the digital space for comic books right now. And Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige reportedly wanted Sony to try to replicate the Marvel Cinematic Universe with its Spider-Verse. We'll see how that goes over time. Caesar Crawford, an amazing artist, is part of a project now on Indiegogo. You can order your copies. It's the Sketch Magazine. Again, COMiXnewsWire.com, week 27 will get you that link, as well as the link for the 13th Labor 1, 2, and 3, a story of a girl, gods, ghost aliens, and intergalactic tournament of champions. Strangehenge. Book 1, The Dragon of the Boar, has come out, and that's Liam Sharp. And he says it's a damn triumphant of a book, fully illustrated, written, and lettered by Sharp. He's an amazing creator. Check it out today. And that was brought to us, I believe, by Retro over on the Twitter. Here's something cool to see. This is from the Cloud book that we were talking about, and I'm successfully funded some of the art from it. Some more art from, I want to say it's Cryptia, and that looks kind of cool and old school. You're watching the Comics Newswire, which can be found at COMiXnewsWire.com. The Legend of Azu, Book 1. This is coming from NGR Comics, but is by Mason Aisley. He has gotten his own project on. Take some time. Check it out now. The Sword of the Sorcerer. This is the Indiegogo. They have a YouTube about it. It's looking cool. Check it out now. CBR exclusive gives you the read and introduction issue of Dark Horse's twisted and gritty Sesame Street parody, Survival Street. That sounds interesting. Which, I asked you about this. Which one's better? The Wolf with the Wolf and Fox music? I'm still waiting to hear from you. The business of comic book printing, comic book publishing, I should say, says if you're a comic book writer who wants to build a business for your work, then you need to read this book. And that's Gamal Hennessy's book. You got to get yourself a copy today. Michael McAdam gives us a look at the newest project he has over on Webtoons. This is Xenatos, The Light of Joy, The Coming of the Light. Check it out today. And also, if you like teddy bear stories that are for adults, check out Tales Beyond and the story Teddy. Coming soon is The Epicenter. That's going to be from our fellow creator, Michael Dulce. And that looks like it's going to be a good book. And again, we're having these problems where they're not showing off the individual images. San Diego Blog gave Thomas Elk Doherty a spotlight that he deserved. So check that out. Wendy Gale's talking about her Visicarian Tales, and she says we're on our third stretch goal with 11 days left on the campaign. There's a lot of goodies to unlock. If you haven't checked it out, the Fantasy Kamala or Norvell, give it a look. Your pledge would be greatly appreciated, and a share would be amazing. Check out this art from Spectrus Sabian, and it's 90% funding. Just announced the gorgeous new cover. Look at that cover. Oh, man. The final Joker comic sets up a big new status quo from Jim Gordon. I read it, but you should go over to Comic Book Nation and check out the comicbook.com DC news. And It is definitely interesting. And here's some more art from our Czar, I think it was. No, he's Naz from Drew Ford. Very, very cool. And it's on Indiegogo now. Go now. If you're a creator and you want to submit something, Good Hood Comics is looking for you. Submissions can be sent to submissions@goodhoodcomics.com now. Here's NGR Comics giving us a special showcase of chi manipulating by the savior of mankind, Celator. Congratulations to Rochill and Drew Ford for their success. Wes Hartman for his success with the Savage Sasquatch. 1 year on Twitter. Congratulations to us on the Comics News Watch, which is where we give you the news from the mainstream comics, and we mix in some other stuff. And if you want to be on a podcast from Vera Sam and Catch the Crazy, you can just hit him up and he'll have you on. And so congratulations to him and his team for their success on There's an Alien in My Toilet. This is all brought to you by comicbookadvocates.com, where the love of comics come first, and you can give us your news at comicsnewswire@yahoo.com. We're a little over our 10-minute mark, and that's because it was a holiday week. So we're still got our holiday mindset on. We still got the forecast to do, so we're going to do a quick forecast for you guys right now and get you through it. Next week, San Diego Comic-Con is happening, but this week, we talked about the crowdfunder and where to find it, so we're going to go in reverse. This week in Warren, Ohio, there's going to be the Warren Comic-Con. There's also going to be the Greater Austin Comic-Con. That's in Texas, the 9th through the 10th. Comic-Con Montreal is going to be happening on the 8th through the 10th in Canada. On the 8th through the 10th, also Capital City Comic-Con is going to be happening with the 3 wise men. Get it? Wise men. All right. And they're going to be representing Guerrilla Media Press. Meadow Lake Comic-Con is going to be happening over there in Oregon, and that'll have Rodney Lockett in attendance. So go check him out and tell him we said hi. My boy Robert Molitari is going to be at Chicago Fan Expo along with Rafael Neves, Antonio Molinande, and Kurt Zurer. You can check out the full forecast for including their table numbers or where they're going to be by going to the COMiXforecast.com. This is going to be happening in Chicago, Illinois on the 7th through the 10th, which means that has actually started today. So we're recording this on Thursday. In the Garden State Comic-Con, Garden State Comic Fest, on the 9th through the 10th. In New Jersey, you're going to be able to see our site friend, Comic Book Advocates friend Sean Fournay, as well as my personal and good friend Chris Madd and Darren Ack. They're all going to be hanging out in New Jersey. Please show them some love. And SuperCon, I'm sorry I don't have any creators from SuperCon to talk to you guys about. That's a shame. But SuperCon's happening in Miami, Florida. They changed dates. It kind of snuck up on it. I'm going to be heartbroken not being there, but that's the deal. That's where everyone's going to be. This has been the Comics News Wire. We'll see you next week, and make sure to share your exciting news with us so we can give it some shine. Remember, we rise together. So help out a creator today. If you're a fan, back a project, go to a Comic-Con, and let's all rise.